Most people assume airlines make money the obvious way, by selling tickets. Fill more seats, make more profit. That's the story we all grow up believing. But if you look a little closer, that's not really where the big money is anymore. Because today, airlines like Delta Airlines, American Airlines, and United Airlines are earning billions from something that has nothing to do with flying planes. They're earning it from miles, and more specifically, from selling those miles to banks. At first, it sounds odd. Miles feel like a perk, something you get after you travel. But behind the scenes, they function more like a currency, something airlines can create and sell at scale. Here's how the system actually works. Banks like American Express, JPMorgan Chase, and Citibank partner with airlines to offer co-branded credit cards. You've probably seen them, sign-up bonuses offering 60,000 or even 100,000 miles if you hit a certain spending target. When you earn those miles, it feels like the bank is just giving them to you. But in reality, the bank is buying those miles from the airline. Every point you earn on your card represents a small payment flowing from the bank to the airline. That means every time you swipe your card, the airline is getting paid. Not by you directly, but by the bank that wants to keep you using their card. And this revenue is very different from selling plane tickets. Running flights is expensive. Fuel prices fluctuate. Maintenance costs are high. Staffing, airport fees, delays, everything adds complexity and risk. Profit margins can be thin, especially during tough economic periods. Selling miles, on the other hand, is a much cleaner business. Once the system is set up, issuing miles costs very little. It's mostly digital. No planes, no logistics, no physical constraints in the same way. That's why these loyalty programs have become so valuable. In some cases, analysts estimate that the frequent flyer programs alone are worth tens of billions of dollars. For certain airlines, that part of the business can be more stable and more profitable than the actual flying. It also explains something you've probably noticed without thinking much about it: why airlines push credit cards so aggressively. If you've ever booked a flight, you've likely seen offers everywhere. During checkout, in confirmation emails, even mid-flight. That's not just marketing, it's a core revenue channel. Because when you sign up for one of those cards, the bank pays the airline up front for a large batch of miles. And then, every time you keep using that card, the cycle continues. There's another layer to this as well. Not all miles get used. Some expire. Some sit in accounts for years. And even when people redeem them, airlines control how and when they can be used. Limited award seats, dynamic pricing, blackout dates, all of that reduces the real cost for the airline. So from their perspective, it's a very efficient system. They get paid early, they manage how the rewards are redeemed, and they build long-term customer loyalty at the same time. Now, if you connect this to credit card strategies, like the reward loops we talked about earlier, it starts to make more sense. Those big sign-up bonuses, the free flights, they're not random generosity. They're funded by a partnership where banks are willing to spend heavily to acquire and retain customers, and airlines are happy to supply the currency that makes those offers attractive. And you sit right in the middle of it. That doesn't mean it's a bad deal for you. If you understand how it works and use it carefully, you can get real value, travel experiences that would otherwise cost a lot of money. But the key is seeing the system clearly. Airlines aren't just transportation companies anymore. A big part of what they do looks a lot like a financial business. They create a currency, sell it to banks, and build an ecosystem around it. Flying planes still matters, of course. It's what keeps the brand alive and the system running. But in many ways, it's no longer the whole story. And once you realize that, you start to look at those miles in your account a little differently. Not just as rewards, but as part of a much bigger machine that's designed to keep you engaged, spending, and coming back for more.